guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new updated 2022 Volvo XC60 T8 Polestar Edition.
And before we start, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Rob and the rest of the management and staff here at Tampa Volvo for making this review possible. They have an impressive dealership. I'll leave a link to it below, and if you're looking for a premium vehicle in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the XC60 has been Volvo's compact luxury SUV since 2008. That's when the first generation was released. The second generation, which you see here, was released in 2017, and we did receive a refresh/facelift for 2022. Of course, the model you see here isn't just no ordinary XC60. We already viewed the top-of-the-line B6 Inscription, and this vehicle is going to have quite a few similarities with the B6 Inscription, except here, the Polestar engineered T8 version features a dual-motor electric system mated to the original 312 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder motor, which is an updated motor replacing the supercharged and turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder from the pre-refresh model. But with this post-refresh Polestar extended range, this all-new 2.0T is still mated to the dual-motor electric system, which boosts this vehicle out to 455 horsepower, 523 pound-feet of torque, which is an increase of over 40, so we'll see how this vehicle drives. Volvo says you could do 0 to 60 in the low to mid 4-second range. Motor Trend and a bunch of automotive journalists have rated this vehicle at around 4.5, so very quick compact SUV, class-leading power, and on the electric motors alone, you can expect 35 miles of full range, which also basically class-leading. The Lexus NX Hybrid can reach around 37, but this vehicle is much more luxurious and premium and overall more powerful. This T8 Polestar also gets some really beefy 6-piston brakes up front with drilled rotors, will really help for cooling. This is a pretty heavy compact SUV weighing in at around 4,700 pounds, but the performance will still back it up and still super luxurious. We have adjustable dampers for the front and rear, which should really soften up the suspension, and since it's adjustable, it should still stiffen up pretty well in sport mode. Of course, unlike the B6 Inscription review, there's going to be some distinguishing features here on this Polestar engineered extended range, such as, of course, the T8 twin-engine plug-in hybrid system. The Nappa leather front sport seats are an R design. The gold-colored seat belts are also distinguishing. The Akebono brakes with gold-colored calipers, which we'll check out in one second. Adjustable Öhlins dampers. Polestar engineered front strut bar, metal mesh aluminum inlays, charcoal headliner. Bowers & Wilkins premium sound is standard. So is the graphical heads-up display, 360 surround view camera standard, adjustable drive mode settings, of course, LED headlamps with Thor Hammer daytime running lights. That's what they call them. They call these daytime running lights the Thor Hammers. We get the blind spot information system. We get LED headlights with steer assist and cross traffic alert with auto brake. Pilot assist driver assistance system with adaptive cruise control. Truly a loaded vehicle. We get the keyless entry with illuminated door handles, 21-inch machine 5 Y-spoke, black alloy wheels with the summer tires, air quality with advanced air cleaner. Total price sitting around $72,000. Let's see what we get. So up front, as we mentioned, we get the black specific Polestar engineer grille, and I'm really liking it. No shiny chrome really anywhere for this SUV. The headlamps, of course, got those Thor-styled daytime runners. Once we start this SUV up, we will check those out. LED headlights for the low and high beam, and I'm really liking the Volvo badge. We do get a little bit of shiny chrome up here with a forward-facing camera, Polestar engineered. This gray metallic paint color is also gorgeous, really pops in this Florida sun. Front parking sensors. I like the black little front diffuser area too. Black air curtains, which are not functional, unfortunately, but they definitely aid when it comes to the front styling. As far as these 5Y spoke 21-inch trims, which are really nice, let's check these out. So here you have them, the black and aluminum contrast, beautiful. The Polestar brake calipers are also super aggressive, massive drilled front rotors. I'll leave a link right here to show you how large these rotors actually are, and these rims say Polestar engineered on them. The charge tank, I guess you can pop it open right here. With a 240-volt system, you can expect a full charge in about 5 hours. Blacked out mirrors with the LED turn signal on them. We get blind spot monitoring on the glass, all blacked out trim for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, blacked out C-pillar, and the tints look super nice. Smart access for all four. Same wheel and tire setup out rear, only difference is a smaller brake caliper, but I am liking how it's still painted yellow. Up top we get some black roof rails. You can get a good look at your panoramic moonroof. Hopefully you guys can pick it up. An additional parking sensor for the side. This vehicle does get the 360 LED taillights. They do say Volvo on them. Pretty nice. We get the turn signals and the reverse lights in the center. The rear wiper is not integrated well with the spoiler. Wouldn't really be expected. Neither was the XC60 inscription review. Third brake light up top, Volvo badge in the center. XC60. Shout out Volvo Cars Tampa in, of course, Tampa, Florida, for making this review possible. Additional Polestar engineered badge in the corner. Rear parking sensors. Pretty aggressive rear diffuser area. Hopefully we can get a squat back here, get a good look, and let's start this 2-liter turbo up and hear how it sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the 2-liter turbo sold by Volvo for the XC60. And as soon as we figure out this latch, we can check it out. And thumbs up for the struts. Again, I keep forgetting how high these hoods fold up for the Volvo cars. It almost goes up completely vertically. I'm kind of scared that it's going to snap the windshield in half. But here you have it, your 2-liter turbo alone making 312 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. Made it to this dual motor electric battery system. You can expect 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. Really impressive numbers, enough to get this 4,700 pound SUV to 60 in around 4.5 seconds, making it class leading in terms of both power and performance. You notice the strut tower brace connecting your two strut towers, which should really help when it comes to handling for this pretty sporty T8 Polestar edition. But we can shut this hood right up. We got to step to the side since it opens up so high up, and we'll take a step back, get a good look at the light pattern. You see your hammer front daytime running lights, but other than that, as far as the interior, we could take a step over here and really check it out. And this is where this car really shines. It's all soft touch materials, to be expected all throughout this top portion. This middle area has also a really nice texture, super soft leather for the armrest, 4-way auto one touch for all four. We get the 4-way adjustable mirrors, child locks for the windows. We get the really nice resistance for the aluminum door handle, 2-person memory, Bowers & Wilkins sound system, 2 speakers in here, and an aluminum grille. Beneath we get an additional speaker, solid storage, easily fit in a big gulp, foot long right next to it, and this is still some soft touch materials, so huge thumbs up for Volvo. We get the Volvo aluminum nameplate stepping inside. We get these, of course, are designed seats, which are fully leather, white contrast stitching with some cloth inlays or some suede inlays, making it much softer and supportive. Really a huge fan of these seats. Of course, the orange seat belts included for this Polestar edition, and they're fully adjustable. You can adjust the thigh supports, bolstering, recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats as well. And the seats, I believe, are also massage. But taking a step inside, we can really check out the interior. We'll turn this air down by a couple so you guys can hear a little better. Kind of tricky since you have to do everything through the infotainment screen, but right there, turn the air down. I am liking it overall. First thing we notice is the steering wheel. Pretty thick Volvo steering wheel, surprisingly thick. Not quite as thick as the BMW cars, but comparable with Mercedes. I like the 10-2 bolstering notch. 9-3, pretty solid. The horn area is nice and rubberized as far as the horn itself. Really aggressive sounding horn, actually. Wasn't expecting it to be this aggressive. And I'm going to turn this air right back up because it's an insanely hot day in Tampa, Florida. As you see, 98 degrees according to this XC60. But anyway, on the left side of the steering wheel, we get the cruise control settings, infotainment adjustments. On this side, as far as the infotainment, it can be adjusted like this. Right now, we're looking at a digital speedo and a 130 mile an hour speedometer. On the right side, we get a tach that goes to about, I guess, 7,000. No red line in between that, but I'm sure that's not where this SUV is shifting. It's probably shifting much closer to the 6,000 RPM range. Press it one more time, we get the map back, which is pretty nice. Definitely a nice heads-up map. It's pretty decent resolution too. I kind of wish that it was the same color as the map here. Let me show you guys. So you press the home screen, go to maps, and at least during the daytime, the map has a lighter background, but here it's much darker. It kind of makes it seem like you're driving at night. It would be interesting to see how it actually does change up during the nighttime, but I still kind of wish it was a little bit brighter during the day. We're up to 99 degrees now. We'll see if we end up hitting the even 100. The right side of the steering wheel also has your media adjustments. You can skip the songs and increase the volume, and you press this button to adjust whether or not you want to see the map or you don't want to see the map. But other than that, the steering wheel is pretty thick. I'm liking it overall. To the left of it, we get the interior lighting, trunk release, gas tank release, and everything is still really nice and rubberized aluminum for the outer portion, stitched leather for the entire upper portion, additional Bowers & Wilkins system speaker right up top, and that stitching even continues for the middle. Beneath that, aluminum. The screen itself has a ton of adjustments. You got the car status, maps, lets you know when you got to change the oil. You got the forward-facing camera, maps, etc, Bluetooth, YouTube music is already connected, Google Assistant. Truly loaded. As far as the map, again, super responsive map. This is with the plastic screen on. Truly knocked it out of the park. I'm not always the biggest fan of the vertical design, but since this is only a 9-inch screen, it actually kind of works. Once you have like the 12+ inch screens, I feel like it looks really tacky, and I prefer a horizontal layout when the screens become really big. But for this 9-inch, I think this works perfectly fine. Of course, you got your climate adjustments beneath, vent controls, heated, no cooled seats, but we get a heated steering wheel too, which is nice. The steering wheel is not a power tilt and telescope, just a fixed steering wheel column. Volvo claims that they do this because where they power tilt and telescope steering wheel, in case of an accident, you won't be able to move the steering wheel out of your way. But with the latch, you can easily move it out of your way in case of an accident, and Volvo's all about safety, so they still think it through when it comes to that. I'm really liking the interior. They've really limited the piano black. The only complaints I really have is that this area is a softer touch, but this is all hard plastic for your knee will often hit. It would be nice to see them continue that theme for this area, but beneath that, all lined with felt, pretty high quality. This gear selector controls the 8-speed auto transmission. As far as the backup camera, you just put your foot on the brake, push it forward twice, and we are in reverse. We have the 360 sensing, 360 monitor, and guidance lines and trajectory. The resolution is really high quality. You might be wondering, where exactly is the 360? All I see is the 360 sensors. But you press this button right over here, shows us the 360, so you see an overhead 360 view. You press the front button, you get a front-facing camera. You press 360 one more time, you can check out your blind spot camera. Press 360 again, boom, press it, and right back to the backup camera. So pretty cool overall. The camera system here is very impressive. You throw it right back into park, and the camera stays in reverse. So in order to go back home, you have to actually press the home button. You might be wondering if there's any manual shift controls in this sport-oriented XC60, and the answer is yes. You may not notice any manual shift controls. It doesn't say anything about M modes on the gear selector, but you throw it into drive, you have the option for B. So check it out. See B, and it gives you a plus and a minus. So to the left you can downshift, to the right you can upshift. It lets you start off in third gear, so that's also pretty cool. This vehicle makes a ton of torque, so I guess it wouldn't really matter. We can throw it right back into park. Of course, the engine start stop button, electronic parking brake with auto hold. And one thing I noticed is whether you're in reverse or drive, the regenerative braking in this SUV is so strong that you actually remain not moving. Also pretty cool. We reached the even 100 degrees, really hot day, but we're not going to be going outside much more for this review at least. You can notice your heads up display, which is pretty nice. It gives you traffic sign recognition too. A little bit of media controls, hazards, defroster, skip, play, pause, and the volume adjustments here as well. These buttons don't really do anything at all. Next to the gear selector, we get the wireless charging pad, a little bit of aluminum covering up your 12-volt, and a small amount of extra tray space. Hazards, defroster, skip, pause, and the volume dial, which is kind of light. I would like for there to be a little bit more weight resistance, but pretty nitpicky complaint. Wireless charging pad, 2 cup holders with a pass-through, good spot for a phone. A little bit of aluminum, a little bit of piano black, but not going to knock it because it is pretty limited. We get a nice stitching material, pretty soft for the armrest. We open it up. Very good weight resistance, not the largest center console. I'd expect you to fit maybe 3, maybe 4 12-ounce cans. We do get USB ports, USB-C ports, 2 of them, but that's about it. As far as the glove box, we can pop it right over here. It is damped, lined with felt, and enormous. Check that thing out. You're fitting at least 30 license plates in there. Really large glove box. You could probably easily fit 2 pairs of shoes. We can close this thing up right here. 3 garage home link settings on your frameless rear view mirror, and we get the moonroof. It's a touchscreen. I wasn't really digging the touchscreen in the B6 inscription. 2 more additional speakers right in front of your face. You slide this thing right here, and the shade slides open. Of course, you will get used to it. It's not a big deal at all. But the glass, pretty large. It's still going all the way out to the trunk. Really large panoramic moonroof. You open up the glass by simply sliding it out, and we'll see how far it opens. Pretty far. See if it goes any further. It does. Nice. So it goes basically out to the second row. Really large opening, beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida. It's sunny and 100 degrees. We'll shut this thing up so we can sit in this pretty cool AC environment because 100 degrees is pretty hot. 101. We're up to 101. We can leave the shade open so you guys can get a good sense of how much light is brought into the cabin once we hop out back. But before we hop out back, let's take a look at this window sticker, see any features that I may have missed. Of course, we get the XC60 T8 Polestar engineered extended range. Performance-wise, you can check it out. Pause. 2-liter turbo, making 455 horsepower, 523 pound-feet of torque. 312 horsepower direct injection with 143 horsepower electric motor. The Akebono brakes with the gold brake calipers are really nice. We'll see how they perform once we take it out for a drive in 1 second. Adjustable dampers, Polestar engineered front strut bar. We went through most of these features already in the beginning. 12.3-inch digital driver display with a 9-inch integrated touchscreen. It is a vertical touchscreen. I'm usually not the biggest fan, but not going to knock them too much. LED headlamps, of course. You can pause, see all the advanced safety features. Luxury and convenience includes the panoramic moonroof, high gloss front grille, 360 surround view camera, keyless entry, charcoal headliner. Really a loaded vehicle. Outside of that, though, this Polestar engineered extended range, which starts at $70,000. Pretty good value considering what you're getting. The T8 twin engine plug-in hybrid nap leather front sports seats with leatherette rear seats and open grid textile. Gold color seat belts, Akebono brakes. We already went through all that, guys. 360 LED headlamps, pilot assist. $330 gets its luggage covered. This beautiful gray metallic paint runs you an additional $700. $200 for the power tailgate. Kind of odd that doesn't come standard. Like, why is that not coming standard? But it's only $200. $1,100 for the destination. Totals this SUV out at $72,320. Pretty expensive, but again, you're getting a decent amount for your money. 63 mpge, 28 combined mpgs, 36 miles or 35 miles of electric only, and 560 miles of total range. Not bad at all. We can put this window sticker back. That's about it for the features up front. Let's check out the back seat, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. All right, guys, step into the back seat of the 2022 XC60 Polestar extended range. Soft touch up top, still soft touch for the center. Basically the same door panels up front. Super soft for the armrest, auto one touch. Bowers & Wilkins aluminum grille for the speaker. Only one speaker inside of here, but you get an additional one beneath. Even the lower portion of the back seat, soft touch material, guys. This is a super luxurious compact SUV. The rear seats leatherette with the cloth inlays. Look at that bolstering. This is a back seat. Bolstering's more impressive than a lot of vehicles' front seats. As far as comfort, legroom, let's check it out. I'm 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have plenty of space. For some odd reason, the heated rear seats are on. We definitely do not need those, but other than that, I'm really comfortable back here. I easily have at least like 5-6 inches for my knees. Cargo net. The behind portion is a nice rubberized, softer material. Cargo net's behind both. This is 2 USB ports, pretty cool. Unfortunately, we do not get a flat floor, so the third passenger will be a little bit uncomfortable. But I'm liking how they give you this plastic grille, so you're not really messing up that felt. But other than that, small amount of storage. Really impressive light brought into the cabin thanks to this moonroof, which goes all the way out to the trunk, basically. This little armrest, you open it up. It has a string attached, so you don't have to jab your arm into it. Super soft. The cup holders, you press this button, and they eject. I have never in my life seen a cup in any type of shape like this, but I guess you can put your cross-shaped cups into this cup holder. Definitely pretty funky. You guys might be wondering, where are the air vents back here? I definitely don't see any on the console, but both of the B pillars have air vents for the rear passengers. Pretty impressive back seat area. I'm definitely comfortable. Plenty of space. The luxury is a big thumbs up. High quality materials literally everywhere. Let's check out the trunk real quick and then see how this vehicle performs. All right, guys, stepping into the trunk of this XC60 Polestar, we can actually slide our foot underneath the bumper and the trunk opens right up, so that's a pretty impressive feature. And the cargo space also impressive. We get a tonneau cover which covers up the trunk area so people don't see what's in your hatch or trunk when they walk by it. The seats fall down 60-40 split, and if you fold them down, I would expect you to fit up to a 65-70 inch TV back here with really no problems. Cargo net for some grocery bags. They're not going to be flying around. A little bit of secret storage and some more secret storage, as we mentioned, right back over here. But that's about it for this trunk area. Pretty impressive. As we mentioned, you close it right up by pressing this button, and as soon as it closes up, we'll take this all new XC60 Polestar edition out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all new 2022 Volvo XC60 Polestar engineered extended range. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is you're not going anywhere when you let off that brake pedal. You have to actually step in the gas to start moving. Part of the regenerative braking or auto hold, not quite sure, but you are not going anywhere until you start to press on the gas pedal. That works whether you're in hybrid mode or the sport mode or the Polestar mode, whichever it's actually called. We'll check it out right here. Actually, that's the screen we're going to leave this review in, so we can adjust between the drive modes. But as far as ride quality, right here, you feel the speed bump. That's a pretty intense speed bump. We can see the drive modes right here. Yeah, we're currently in Polestar mode. We can also try out hybrid and pure. Pure is pure electric, so we can have up to 35 miles of pure electric range right here. Really torquey. We do get 143 horsepower out of just the electric motor, over 200 pound-feet of torque, so definitely impressive. This parking garage has quite a few cars coming in and out. But one more little speed bump. Super quiet, obviously, in the pure mode. Speed bump. Yeah, you definitely feel them. It's not going to be like the softest ride, but it's still going to be an impressive ride overall. We can take a step out onto this road in 1 second in pure EV mode. See what the acceleration is like. We got up to 109 degrees. Holy crap, guys. It is a hot one here today. But taking a step right here in pure EV mode on the gas. Ooh. Not bad. That thing got to like 35, 40 miles an hour pretty quickly. Another speed bump on the gas. Wow. This thing can pick up speed in pure EV. Wow, we can come to a complete stop right here. Try it out in Polestar mode one time. This is the mode that you really care about. So, okay, Polestar mode on the gas. Oh my gosh. Oh. Woo. Yeah, this thing gets up and goes in Polestar mode. I thought it was quick in the pure EV. Yeah, I could definitely see 0 to 60 in the mid fours. That initial torque, whew, pretty impressive. But taking a step out onto this multiple lane highway, we can lean into it a little bit more, not right off the line, but right here. Oh. Whew. This thing can get up and go. Wow. But I'm gonna throw on the POV camera, try to give you guys a first-hand look driving this car, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, trying out a real-world U-turn. Right here, we can lean out into it about halfway. Oh, it's so torquey. Wow, that's only like half throttle. Once that boost kicks in, thanks to that immediate electric torque, this thing rips. The ride quality, I read up that a lot of consumers actually find it bumpy. I don't find it bumpy at all. It actually feels surprisingly composed. A little bit of passing power about halfway. Whew, wow. This thing can really rip. And looks like we can try out a real acceleration off the line right over here. And I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, off the line. Oh my gosh. Whew. Wow. Yeah, I can, whew, hopefully you can pick it up on camera. This thing is a serious performer, and like a highway pull while we're already moving, I'm not quite sure what that is. So right here on the gas. Ooh, torquey. But yeah, off the line is where this power really shines the most. But we could throw it into its hybrid mode, let it calm down a little bit, and still feels plenty torquey on the highway. You lean into the gas and this thing starts to move. Wow. And on the brakes, thanks to this regenerative braking system, the brakes feel absolutely incredible. Not to mention those pretty nice 6 pistons up front also help. We'll try an acceleration in hybrid mode on the gas. Oh, yeah, still feels super strong. Not quite as strong as in Polestar mode. Wouldn't really be expected either. And as far as like driving in the pure EV mode on the highway, it's doable. Look at this, we're accelerating about 3rd throttle. This thing picks up speed nicely. All right, guys, pure EV mode. Well, it's just, obviously in situations like this, it's more than enough, but you keep up with traffic super easily. There is nothing stopping this EV system for getting to highway speeds with no issues whatsoever. And on this pretty rough pavement, honestly, the ride quality is not bad at all. You feel the bumps a little bit, but it feels super well damped and composed. We're currently in the pure mode, so this is going to be one of the softer settings. I didn't notice a big difference in the steering. In the Polestar mode, the steering still stays pretty light regardless of which mode you're in. In pure mode, the suspension also feels a little bit softer with these active dampers. The throttle response is obviously less aggressive in pure EV mode than with the engine on too. And just cruising along in the full EV mode, again, it feels super well composed. We'll try one small acceleration off the line in the pure EV mode, and then take this thing back to Volvo Cars Tampa right here off the line. Once you floor it, it transitions you immediately into the hybrid mode. But that initial punch with the pure EV still felt pretty strong. You feel the bumps again, but it doesn't feel like anything like too stiff. It's comparable to vehicles like the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, where you do feel the bumps, but they feel so well damped that it really doesn't matter if you feel them. All in all, guys, I'm extremely impressed with this 2022 XC60. I was impressed with the B6 inscription. This Polestar edition with the twin engine dual motor system is truly a blast to drive. Gives you the best of both worlds. You get fantastic fuel economy. You can have 37 miles of pure EV range after a 5-hour charge, which is pretty incredible. That's impressive, guys. If you live about 15 miles from home, that's perfect. You can go 15 each way, charge it up overnight, have electric battery again for the next morning. Yes, you're not going to be going on long trips with just EV mode. I don't think anybody expects them to do that, but this still functions as a traditional hybrid too. There's regenerative braking, so you can get up to 523 or 536 miles of pure range, which also really impressive. This is an impressive vehicle, tremendous luxury. I fit in the back seat with no issues whatsoever, and for the compact SUV segment, that's just not something that you can say very frequently. So all in all, if you're looking for a premium performance SUV that gets incredible gas mileage, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2022 Polestar edition. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Volvo Cars Tampa for making this review possible. Really impressive dealership, super kind staff, and if you're looking for a new premium vehicle in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. Other than that, guys, I'd like to give a huge thanks to all of you for watching. Again, I had a great time making this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really have a huge appreciation for each and every one of you for your constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks that I can see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. Let me know what the trim levels are and I'll get those videos for you ASAP. Other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.